Hello student of class 12th. Once again we are here with a new video, and in this video we are going to discuss about laws of photoelectric effect. In the previous video we had discussed so many things, the experiment and so many terms we had used. I think you all have watched that video. If you had not watched that video, first see that video and after that you may be able to understand what we are going to discuss in this video. So laws of photoelectric effect. For a given metal and frequency of incident light, the photoelectric current is directly proportional to the intensity of incident light. We had discussed this in the previous video, and once again I want to know you that you can see this on the page number 390 of your NCERT book in the figure number 11.2, where the graph is between the photoelectric current and intensity of light. In that you will see that the line is a straight, and it shows that the photoelectric current is directly proportional to intensity of the incident light. As you increase the intensity, the photons are increased more in numbers, photoelectron are increased more in numbers, and therefore the photocurrent is increased. Second, so this is the first law. Again, for a given metal and frequency of incident light, it is very important. For a given metal means if you change the metal and if you change the frequency of incident light, the result will be different. So for a given metal and given frequency of incident light, the photoelectric current is directly proportional to the intensity of incident light. The second is, for a given metal there is a certain minimum frequency called threshold frequency, below which there is no emission of photoelectrons takes place. Means till the frequency is not reached that required frequency, no photoelectron will take place, and this you can see in your NCERT page number 392 figure number 11.5, and this we had discussed in the previous video also. So until the threshold frequency is not reached, no photoelectron will take place, and this is the second law. The third, above threshold frequency, the maximum kinetic energy of photoelectrons depend upon the frequency of incident light, and the photoelectric emission is an instantaneous process, that is, as soon as the photon of suitable frequency falls on the substance, it emits photoelectron. It is very important law that suppose a photon incident on a metal, and as soon as the photon is incident, at the same time the electron emit from the substance, means there is no time lag. The photoelectric current, or we can say the photoelectric emission, starts instantaneously without any apparent time lag, even if the incident radiation is very dim. And it is now known that emission starts in the time of the order of 10 to the power minus 9 second, or in less than this time. So there is no time lag. And very important point is also, you have to note it down, different photosensitive material respond differently to light. For example, selenium is more sensitive than zinc or copper, and same photosensitive substance gives different responses to light of different wavelength. Suppose ultraviolet light give rise to photoelectric effect in copper, but green or red light does not able to emit the electron from the copper. So there are different photosensitive material and they respond differently to the light. So it is also very important. So these are the four laws of photoelectric effect, and we had discussed each and every law in the previous video, and you have to see your NCERT on the page number 390 and 391 all the laws are explained very well on these pages. Now the next is Einstein photoelectric equation. So Albert Einstein proposed a radically new picture of electromagnetic radiation to explain the photoelectric effect. And what he had explained, he had given one equation, and it is based on the quantum nature of the light. So according to Planck quantum theory, light is emitted from a source in the form of bundles of energy, and they are called photon, and energy of each photon is h nu, where nu is the frequency and h is Planck constant. So Einstein made use of this theory to explain how photoelectric emission takes place. And according to Einstein, when photons of energy falls on a metal surface, they transfer the energy to electron of the metal. Means जब भी कोई फोटोन कुछ एनर्जी लेकर के, वो एनर्जी क्या होगी, वो एनर्जी होगी एच न्यू. मीन्स उस लाइट की कुछ फ्रीक्वेंसी होगी, एच इसका प्लैंक कांस्टेंट है, तो हम इसको मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो हमें इसकी एनर्जी मिल जाएगी. मीन्स हर एक फोटोन की कुछ न कुछ एनर्जी होगी. तो जब भी कोई फोटोन उस एनर्जी से किसी मेटल सरफेस पर पड़ता है या गिरता है, तो वो अपनी पूरी एनर्जी इलेक्ट्रॉन को ट्रांसफ़र कर देता है, और वो एनर्जी लेकर के इलेक्ट्रॉन सरफेस से बाहर आने की कोशिश करता है या सरफेस से बाहर आना चाहता है, लेकिन वो तभी बाहर आ पाएगा जब उसके द्वारा एब्जॉर्ब की गई एनर्जी उस मेटल के वर्क फंक्शन से ज़्यादा होगी. अगर उसने एनर्जी एब्जॉर्ब किया है जो एनर्जी उस मेटल के वर्क फंक्शन से कम है, तो वो इलेक्ट्रॉन एमिट नहीं हो पाएगा. And this we had discussed in the previous video. And whatever the energy is absorbed by electron of the falling photon, जो भी एनर्जी फोटोन ने इलेक्ट्रॉन को प्रोवाइड कराई है, इलेक्ट्रॉन को ट्रांसफ़र की है, उसका कुछ हिस्सा, मीन्स अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस एनर्जी इज़ यूज टू ओवरकम द सरफेस बैरियर एंड कम आउट ऑफ द मेटल सरफेस. उस एनर्जी का कुछ हिस्सा इलेक्ट्रॉन मेटल सरफेस तक आने में निकाल देता है या यूज़ कर लेता है. दिस पार्ट ऑफ द एनर्जी इज़ कॉल्ड वर्क फंक्शन, and it is noted by phi naught, and it is equal to h nu naught, where nu naught is the threshold frequency. Means whatever the energy of photon is transferred to the electron, a part of that energy is utilized to come out of the metal surface, and that is equal to h nu naught, which is also known as work function of the metal. The next, the remaining part of the energy, whatever the energy is utilized to come out from the metal surface, and after that whatever the energy is remaining, means जो एनर्जी उसने सरफेस तक आने में निकाल दिया या यूटिलाइज कर लिया, उसके बाद जो एनर्जी बची हुई है इलेक्ट्रॉन के पास, वो क्या होगी. द रिमेनिंग पार्ट ऑफ द एनर्जी इज यूज्ड इन गिविंग अ वेलोसिटी टू द एमिटेड फोटो इलेक्ट्रॉन. मीन्स the remaining energy is used to give velocity to the emitted photoelectron. उस बची हुई एनर्जी से उस इलेक्ट्रॉन को कुछ वेलोसिटी मिलेगी, एंड दिस इज इक्वल टू मैक्सिमम काइनेटिक एनर्जी ऑफ द फोटोइलेक्ट्रॉन, एंड दिस वेलोसिटी विद मास, if you multiply you will get the kinetic energy, and this is equal to the maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectron. So we can say 1/2 mv max square, where m is the mass of photoelectron. Now what is Einstein photoelectric equation? According to law of conservation of energy, energy of photon is equal to work function plus kinetic energy imparted to electron. Means जो एनर्जी फोटोन की है उस एनर्जी को हम दो पार्ट में डिवाइड कर रहे हैं, दो पार्ट में देख रहे हैं. According to law of conservation of energy, the energy is equal to, the energy of photon is equal to work function and kinetic energy imparted to electron. Now suppose एक फोटोन है जिसके पास एनर्जी है 2.5 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट. वो किसी मेटल सरफेस पर पड़ता है और उस मेटल का जो वर्क फंक्शन है वो 2.1 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट है. सो उस 2.5 एनर्जी फोटोन लेकर के जो फोटोन आ रहा है उसने अपनी पूरी एनर्जी किसी इलेक्ट्रॉन को ट्रांसफ़र कर दिया, और उस मेटल का वर्क फंक्शन 2.1 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट है। तो 2.1 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट यूटिलाइज़ करेगा वो सरफेस तक आने के लिए, और बाकी बची हुई 0.4 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट एनर्जी उसको मिलेगी in the form of kinetic energy. Means the total energy of photon is divided into two parts. One part is utilized to electron to come on the surface, that is for the work function, and other part is in the form of kinetic energy to the electron. So we can say, according to law of conservation of energy, energy of photon is equal to work function plus kinetic energy imparted to electron. Now we can use the symbol here. Energy of photon is h nu, work function is phi naught, and kinetic energy to electron is 1 upon 2 mv max square. And in place of phi naught you can use h nu naught. So we can say h nu is equal to h nu naught plus 1 upon 2 mv max square, or we can say k maximum is equal to h nu minus nu naught. This relation is known as Einstein photoelectric equation. And if you see in this figure also, a photon which has energy h nu falls on the metal surface. The work function of the metal surface is h nu naught. That energy h nu is absorbed by the electron, and h nu naught is utilized, and remaining 1 upon 2 mv square is the kinetic energy. So when you add 1 upon 2 mv square plus h nu naught, it will be equal to h nu. This is the law of conservation of energy which is used by Einstein to describe this equation. So this is very important equation. You have to note it down in a copy also, because this is the question which is asked maximum time in the boards. So today we are ending this video here, and in the next video we are going to discuss about this equation in a different way. We can use this equation to understand the laws of photoelectric effect, but today you have to understand what is the Einstein photoelectric equation. You have to note it down, you have to make notes, and understand the topic discussed in this video. Till then, thank you.